On you guys, so today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I will be showing you guys some sports cards that I believe you guys should be buying of Kobe Bryant before his documentary release date announces and before his documentary in general, because of course we all expect that demand will rise before the documentary. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I am giving away a Jason Tatum Prism PSA 10. So if you guys want a free chance to enter in to win a nearly $400 card, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at SportsCardInvest, subscribe to this channel, and comment the word done. We will be making sure that the winner did follow all the 3 steps. So if you want a chance at this $400 card, go ahead and follow those 3 steps. And I do want to say a quick message about our ultra high-end membership that has been absolutely killing it recently. Despite the fact that the market has been quite soft, we were buying up Giannis Green Prism PSA 10s for just under $10,000 around 2 months ago, and the most recent one did $17,000, and I believe this best offer accepted was right around $14,000. So we've definitely been making a great amount of money on our ultra high-end membership with low pop autographs and a lot of benefits from free agency news. So for example, we were buying up Russell Westbrook Topps Chromes that went up 50% in a matter of 2 weeks since our members made their investments. So if you guys would like to join in on the profit with either our ultra high-end membership or any of our lower tier memberships, they've all been doing very well recently. So if you want a little bit of guidance in this market, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com and you can make some money with myself and my team. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card that I have on my list for one of Kobe's best investments right now is his star date. And I'm going to be using his PSA 10 just for example. But of course, I believe it's a great buy in all different grades. I believe the PSA 8's a good buy, even the PSA 7, whatever fits your budget. But I believe this to be a very good investment. So of course, one of the reasons I believe this to be a very good investment is because it's been one of the most volatile Kobe Bryant cards in the market. And so when a card has a low population and a very high demand, for example, this Kobe star date, in general, it's going to be a very volatile card. So when the market's hot, it's going to go to incredible levels. I believe the PSA 10 of this star date was selling privately for well over $50,000 at its peak. And it's currently down. It dipped all the way down to $10,000. So that's an 80% decrease. But this card was, under $2,000 last year. So it's an incredibly volatile card. And during times where the market's soft, it's going to be very undervalued. And during the time where the market's hot, it's going to be very overvalued. And that's just the nature of a very volatile card. So I believe now is a time where, of course, the market is very slow on Kobe's cards. And I believe when his documentary release date does announce, he will definitely get a lot of attention around his cards, a lot of attention around his name, and I think that demand is going to cause his star date cards to really rise in price and to reach incredible levels as they did back in February. So for those asking kind of when we expect Kobe's documentary release date to be announced, of course it's been confirmed that his documentary is in the works. I believe Magic Johnson's documentary will be dropping in the next 2 to 3 months. And after that, they should be announcing the release date of Kobe Bryant's documentary about his life and his last seasons and his whole, I believe, of course, because of this tragedy and just because of the icon Kobe was, I believe his documentary will be, one of the most popular documentaries of the year. And I think that's going to cause a lot of demand over his cards. And I think his star date is going to be a card that greatly benefits from his documentary. And then next up, we have a similar reasoning, but we have Kobe Bryant's, essentially his low population autographs that are very highly demanded. So for example, his 2003 SB Authentic, which is LeBron's SB Authentic year. This is a highly desired card. If you've been to any card show, such as the National, you probably have seen a lot of people searching for these. It's a card with incredibly low population and an incredibly high demand, and that means it's going to be a very volatile card. When the market's hot, it's going to do incredibly well. When the market's soft, it's going to do very poorly. And I think it's a good time to get in at these prices. This card, I personally see it being a $20,000+ card one day. If the demand from the documentary truly arrives, I will not be surprised to see this be a $10,000+ card. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, but that is my intuition. And I definitely think it's a great time to get into some of these low pop investments. Another great set, of course, it's a little bit higher price, but it's 2012 Prism autographs. I think being the first year Prism is really dominating the new market. And Kobe Bryant's on card 2012 first year Prism auto, I think is a great bet. So I definitely think that's, of course, if it fits your price range, that's an incredible buy. And then just, his other Prisms that have really dropped in price. I think when the market does pick up on Kobe's cards again, these cards are going to possibly crack 6 figures again. Or 5 figures, sorry. But yeah, these are definitely all great buys in my eyes. Of course, if you are one with a little bit lower of a budget, I recommend that you message me on Instagram at SportsCardInvest, and I will try to get you guys a little bit, other options for Kobe Bryant. Of course, for this video's sake, I'm just putting out the few best investments that I believe there are, but there certainly are lower, tiered investments. But next up on the list, I've got Kobe Bryant's 1996 Topps Chrome, and I believe that's a very good buy for numerous reasons. Firstly, I definitely recommend making the investment to pay the extra 15% right now, to make sure you buy one that has minimal greening. So of course, this is an example of a card with a lot of greening, and then I'll try to point out an example. For example, this card right here. So for $4,000 over best offer, that is minimal greening. And I think when the market's very hot, people are paying incredible premiums for these Kobe Topps Chromes without greening. And right now, you see the price is fairly similar to, the ones with greening. And I think that's going to really shift. So I think it's a great time to get into Kobe's Topps Chromes that do not have greening. So yeah, that's essentially another great investment I believe there is. Of course, if, it fits your price range to go for a base Topps, the population is higher, which means that it will likely have a lower ceiling, so it will not go up past a certain number, but I think it's a consistent investment that is worth making right now. If you do want to get into a lower priced Kobe Topps, a PSA 8 Topps base is a good bet, I would say. There's a few other good bets, but I think these classic ones are always going to do very well, and you hold less risk. Another example, of course, is his 2012 Prism. These have dipped very hard, very steeply. So I think there's great upside in his 2012 Prism base. I believe I've seen some of these for around $300. It will be a little bit tougher to find them now, given that the market is picking up a little bit, which is a great sign, but I think these are a good buy, even if you end up paying close to $400. I think, of course, with it being Kobe's first Prism card and the clean design and, the iconic set that Prism is becoming, I think this is an incredible buy for just around $400. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys can make money from the information that I gave in this video. But if you would like to join in on the program and make some money with my team and I, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. We will soon be raising our prices on our memberships. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.